co-hosts. I know the room is filling up, and yes, this is going to be nice and pick my brain. You guys have questions already for me. I know someone sent me an email with a question. We are here in sunny New York, Brooklyn, and the room is filling up. Hi everybody. Oh, we have Marie from Indio, California. It's not Casa Cazadora Marie. No, that is somebody else. How's everybody doing? Do you have guests in your house? Say yes or no if you have guests right now in your home. Hi, Kathy from Portland. Hello. Hi from better side of the Hudson River, Maria. Hi. Hi, Elizabeth. Oh, this is my Maria. I love you. Hi, Jane. And from where? Yes, you have guests, Maria? Yeah. Hi, Elizabeth from the sea. Do you have guests right now? Not right now. Christy said you. Oh, so Christy, you're having like a minute with our guests. Right now, I have two guests. One of them I haven't met yet. He's been here for about 3 days, and I haven't been staying at my home. Hello, Judith. Are you from here, New York, Brooklyn? Your neighbors. Oh, you want my favorite towel brand plush ones? Threshold. I am telling you, I'm a Threshold brand girl. Oh, you have family from Oklahoma. That doesn't count. Family does. Oh, you have 9 people. Elizabeth said that she has 9 people. I'm going to discuss for returning guests or extended. Oh my God. Okay, you guys already started with the questions. Let's leave a minute for people to turn up so I could start answering questions. Marie, let me just mark yours as a question so I know it. Christine with my favorite brand. Thank you, Beat. So I have guests. I have guests in. Should I work with repeat guests outside of Airbnb? I'm gonna say yes. Now my family. Oh, you have a family. Okay, Maria. I am on 1 day break between guests. Oh my God. Marie, do you live with guests? Because I do, and when I have that 1 day break, I don't know about you, but oh my God, it's really bad. Hey Chuck, can you do me a favor? Can you cover this light because I'm looking like spotty. Whenever I have a break, I rebel like a teenager. I don't do dishes. I walk around without a bra. Let's see if that covers. Oh yeah, that's perfect. Thank you. That is my friend and host Carlos Granado, and actually one of the writers. If you like the writing that I've had so far, it's him. How about the positive for high value stay with early 10 to 1? Ooh. Marie has questions, man. You're just full of questions today. All right, we're gonna start in 1 more minute. We have 20 people in, 19. It's kind of interesting that it says, you see my report here says 19 attendees. And the report on Google says 17. So I don't live with guests, but my last 2 guests were energy sucks. Ooh, yeah, they do happen. And look, it's a high season. I don't know. Marie, where are you? Let me see. Did you mention where you were? You maybe did, and I'm like going through it. Is there a new iPhone app? Do you have any info what the charge will be? Oh my God, Marie, you have tons of questions about the Airbnb. Thank you, Elizabeth. This is actually called last minute cover my grace. You say get ready. Marie's ready. She's like, I am ready, like a Boy Scout. On our case, a Girl Scout or brownie. I don't know. I never went to those things. You know what happens is like I have a fan right here and it's blowing because it's really hot in my house. I don't think it's worth it. Luis, are you is that you, Lou? What is it that you're saying that you don't think it's worth it? Returning guests, yes, I'm offering a. Okay, so let's start answering questions. All right. All right, so one of the questions I have here, the 2016 Open, is there a new iPhone app? Do you have any idea of what the charge or fee will be? I don't have an idea. I don't know about the Airbnb Open yet. Look, my hair is blowing in the wind. What is happening is I am trying to get in as a host educator. The information I just received was that in 2 weeks they're opening all the information. Yes, I do. I'm gonna be like Beyonce. Yeah. Okay. Um, so what happens is on the Airbnb Open, in 2 weeks, things are going to be announced. There is, I'm going to tell you right now, there is a site that they gave me that is called airbnb.com/open. Let me write that for you guys. And they just gave, and they told me to check updates in 2 weeks. So I'm going to say in 2 weeks, check for updates. Okay. It's going to be in July, sometime in July, but I don't really know when. Guys, you know I don't work for Airbnb, right? This is that's the site that they gave me, right? And you know I don't work for Airbnb. Besides hosting, I don't work for Airbnb. So those are the only information that I have. I know of some hosts that are going to be educating already, and I am trying to be one of the educators. And actually, I would love, what do you guys would like me to teach? Ta-da! All right, Christina asked, what is my favorite towel brand? Plush ones. I like Threshold. I actually almost bought some today, but I was like, oh God, I have way too many towels right now in my closet. But they're having a sale, and I posted on the Facebook group about it. I posted all the different Facebook groups that I belong that are Airbnb related. Target is having a 20% off sale right now, I believe until July 5th. You have to download an app called Cartwheel, and it gives you the discount there. And if you use their credit card, they will give you a 25% discount. So Threshold is my brand that I like to go to. Also, with Target, they have Nate Nark. He's used to be Oprah's designer. He has a brand. His towels are okay. I'm not crazy about them, but I do like Threshold. I find them plush, and they last a long time. They're pretty good. I've had some that last. I've stopped using Clorox. I just stopped using bleach, and they're lasting longer. Okay. Discounts for returning guests or extended stays. Yes, I actually have guests that get my original prices from 5 years ago, and the reason for that is they've been returning since then every single year, and they also recommend me to plenty of people, so I am very generous with them, and so they get a discount from back in the day. I have another recurring guest who started coming in last year, but they came twice in a year, and they're coming again already. They're already booked for November, and they're also getting a discount. So yes, I do, and yes, I do go outside of Airbnb. They get a discount on them not paying their fee. And I gave them a discount in addition to that. Look, they know me, I know them. I like them as repeat guests are really low maintenance. So I don't offer that to everybody, but I keep notes on every single guest that I have had since I started 6 years ago. I have this spreadsheet that I use on Google Docs, and I might share with you guys one day, where I keep notes on every single person, because I have guests that they're like, oh, I was there in 2012, or I was there in 2014, or they might recommend me to somebody else, and the only way I know who they are and if they're guests that I want back is by notes, because I don't remember. And also I'll keep, it's like simple notes, something that might remind me of who they are, of something special about them. Like I just had a couple that got married, not in my house, but they were sort of having like this wedding by the Brooklyn Bridge, and they were really lovely girls, and so I remember that, but I will write it on my notes so I will know who was the one that got married. All right, so Marie's also asking, how about deposits for high money value stays with early 10 to 12 money ahead time booking? I'm not really understanding your question, Marie. Do you have an expensive rental home and is your, remember that the Airbnb does not charge the deposits anymore. They only charge it if you have a claim. And Lou, you could correct me if I'm wrong on that. Lou is saying that the second time they get too comfortable, does I keep everything on Airbnb? I totally understand about that. But for the most part, look, my guests tend to be older grandparents, especially the repeat guests tend to be grandparents. So it's just, they have a different way. So I keep track of my thoughts about people right there with the email history. Yeah, I don't do that, Kathy. I have a separate, look, I love Airbnb, and you guys know this, but I do not keep all my information on the Airbnb site. God forbid there's anything that happens to the site, or they delist me, or anything happens to my account that it gets hacked. I have a separate document outside of Airbnb where I keep all of my guest information, everything, from when they stayed, where they stayed, phone numbers if I have it, email address if they give it to me, which I asked for, how much they paid, where they're from, because I do ads to countries, and we will talk about that on my next class when we do in July. Yeah, exactly. If when bookings are in the thousands, people are sometimes shocked to be building for them. Yeah, but that's Airbnb, Marie. They're getting billed, period, regardless if you're getting paid. I imagine that you are another size, probably VRBO, where you don't. Exactly, Lewis is doing it on Evernote. But you have to keep notes somewhere else outside of Airbnb. Airbnb is a company, and anything happens, guys, they get hacked. I heard of somebody saying that their account got closed down by mistake, but all their information was gone and they could not retrieve it. I know of hosts that have been closed down and all their information is gone. All your reviews, or who stayed, everything is gone. So you need to make sure that you have all the sources, whether it is that you print it or whether you keep it someplace else. All right. So I also do, what I do is I have a very detailed spreadsheet that has every single year and then the current year that I'm working on. All right. So now, returning guests, yes, I'm offering a bottle. I don't offer alcohol. It's very rare that I will give a bottle of alcohol to any of my guests. I'm very sensitive about that. I do drink. It's not that I don't drink or I don't have any religious reasons not to drink, but I don't know people's religion. I don't know if they drink, and I don't know if they have any sobriety issues, and that's the reason why I'm a little sensitive. But I do give them other things. So, okay, now where are my other questions? I am on day one, break between guests. How about deposit full hype? Yep, we answered that question. We're two different Maries. Oh my God, we have Marie. Marie is tip protector. I got a review. I give bottles of wine, so I spoke about that. Open early registration. So you have a roommate for a year. Oh, well, Christine, I hope that worked out. Do you know what the venue will be for the Airbnb? I do not know. I know it's in Los Angeles. And Marie is telling you that the Airbnb. So if you go into the airbnb.com/open, it will tell you some information. Yes, Christine, I use Threshold. Actually, Chuck, let me have the sheets that I bought. Babe, they're right there. Let me just show them what I just got. What is it on reaching out to past guests? Well, there are policies for you not to go. You're gonna be safe. This is Chuck. He's a really good friend of mine, and he's a host. All right, so guys, this is what I buy. I buy Threshold. I actually just gave it to him as a gift because he's amazing. They're 400 thread count. They're wrinkle resistant and bleach friendly. I don't use bleach. One of the things, the performance brands. They have an organic brand as well, so it's organic cotton. I have used both of them. I kind of like this one a little bit better. It has it's not fully cotton. Cotton for me takes a longer to dry and it has more wrinkles. One of the things I like about Threshold is that it has a double corners on the fitted sheets, so the corner doesn't come up. So it has like a double bind. All right. I wish you could add notes. It's the desktop version, really weird. The note section is good, but it's not something you can go back to once the booking is done. Oh, look, guys, I'm telling you, get out of use everything in someplace else. All right, lose Evernote. Kindle and archive you can like you can on Facebook. Christina, what do you mean? You could download what you've done in the past in reference of your account, but I don't think you could download a lot with Airbnb. You would probably download like invoices and things like that. Okay, things that I asked. That's my feeling about Kathy. Yeah, I know, right? Am I on Booking.com is what Myrna is asking. I'm not, but I am on FlipKey. So I do know of hosts that are on Booking.com. Look, I am thinking of adding, I have one listing of FlipKey, and my second listing, the one that shares with me, is not anywhere else but only in my house. And I don't know what is going on, but I am only booked for July for 2 weeks, and then I'm open all the way until October. So I am going to be doing a push of marketing. If you will see my website on Facebook, and I'm going to be emailing some of my old guests and discounting and things like that because my money needs to be booked. And I don't know what is going on in New York about that. Things that I give my guests. I'm going to drink some water first. I provide, in reference of food, milk, eggs, bread, coffee, tea, condiments, sort of like from oil to vinegar to just some cooking supplies, like, you know, some garlic, salt, pepper, garlic powder, not garlic, the vegetable. Is it a vegetable? A spice? I don't provide fruit or anything like that because it used to go bad. I also don't provide juice because it's just, they don't drink the whole thing, and I'm not a big juice drinker. And believe me, I'm always giving bread out to friends because they'll eat half of it or not eat the whole thing. So, but yeah. So I'm not on Booking.com. I have a guest booking for 8 weeks. It seems to unnecessary to charge them each and every day of their stay. Marie, I totally understand about that, but you want to recover. You know, you want to be covered, and you want to be covered for the insurance, you want to be covered for the guarantee. And what about if they're if something happens, you just want to be covered. So wait, Louis, did you buy them? Did you finish? What is there on reaching out to past guests? Eric, I didn't finish your question. I know, because things happen. All right. The policy is not to reach out off-site, to always be on site, but Airbnb hasn't had any issues with you sending them an email through their platform, and for you to say, hey, my place is available or anything like that. And actually, during the holidays in the past, they have offered, like, where they design a Christmas card that you sent out, or a holiday card. Let's be PC about it. A holiday card that they sent out to the different guests, so they don't have a problem with you reaching out to your all guests because they're staying in your house. Yeah, thank you, Louis. Louis, you cannot request off-site bookings. Maria, I love that. Do you give your guests toothpaste? Yes, I do. Paper, pencil, things like that. I actually do. I have a basket, and the private apartment has, in the medicine cabinet, I have from feminine products, because the worst thing is for you to happen something in the middle of the night and you don't have it. Toothpaste, eye contact lotion. Sometimes guests buy things and they leave it, so I leave it there. I even provide Q-tips, cotton swabs, or like makeup remover, definitely makeup remover, even nail polish remover. There's somebody left a nail polish and I left it there. Soap, conditioner, hand cream, anything like that. And people don't use it all. You have to remember, it's not like something that you have to replenish all of the time. I just like for them to feel the abundance. I even include Band-Aids, some peroxide water and things like that, just because if anything happens, like I've had people that has gotten blisters and they appreciate that there's Band-Aids in the house. So yeah, I do provide a lot of different things, including tea, different varieties of tea. What else do I give them? Jam, butter, ketchup. Yeah, it's just, I feel like you don't want to have to be buying that if you're just gonna use a little bit. So that's why. All right. Don't you think there should be a sliding scale for the Airbnb fee after 3 to 5? Look, Marie, Airbnb has to make money. They're a company. And you have to remember there is a sliding scale depending on how much the booking is. So the scale I believe is 6 to 12. And Louis, you could correct me if I don't. If it is, so there is a scale, but there is they don't charge the same fee to someone that is spending $3,000 and somebody that's spending $300. So no, I don't buy new toothpaste for each guest. No, yes, just an open container. Come on. Yes, no. Yeah, exactly. Marie is saying that she has a toiletry basket, and I have the same thing. I even have like mouthwash, but I have like a cup, so they're not using their mouth for the mouthwash. I was dating somebody that was selling organic products, and he gave me a lot of stuff. So my guests got a lot of stuff that's organic, and it looks good, and people like it. And it's also that whole sense of abundance. And sometimes you forget something on a trip. You just, especially if you're traveling with just a carry-on and you're not allowed beyond those 3%, those 3 ounces in the States, you want to have some things in the house for them. The interesting part is I had a party who was coming here for a wedding, and they commented on the private comment that they wish they had hairspray. I didn't go to buy hairspray because that's not something that everybody uses. I clearly do not use hairspray. So yeah, I take it with a grain of salt because not everybody's using that. And if you need hairspray, go to the pharmacy and get it. All right. Someone had asked me, one of my clients had asked me before if I had condoms. So there's a conversation piece for all of you house out there. Well, you're a boy, and they won't ask me for condoms or anything else like that. Really, they charge 9% overall. I didn't know that. Wow. Thank you. You see, things that I didn't know. I haven't been a guest in a minute. So someone asked me on one day exchanges, like let's say you have a guest that's coming for one day, do you feel like you want to cheat on your cleaning or something like that? I will still clean the bathroom. Sheets will be changed, but I might say, oh, I will dust, but probably not as detailed as I dust because I have just dusted a day before. All right. So, but sheets, definitely make sure that you change them and make sure that you clean the bathroom. It's in the kitchen, definitely bathroom and kitchen is, I think, 2 things that I always, okay. So yes, I definitely have an ironing board, and I have a hair dryer. And I wrote about a hair dryer, guys. Whether you use a hair dryer or not, your guests will use it and they will want to. And that's not something that people really like to carry with them on their bags. So it's not a big expense. It's like, I think less than $20 or something like that. And I just have it in the house. In both places I have. I even have like static guard, just because I get a lot of people that come for weddings and things like that, and they're dressed up just in case they need it. Just think about you have to remember who's the ideal guest that comes to your house. If you have a beach house, so you're going to have guests that are going to need beach towels. Well, I don't give a curling iron, you see. I just go with just get a steamer and say, yeah, but you know what? Not everybody knows how to use a steamer. And I have a steamer. I have a steamer to steam my curtains and things like that, but I don't use the steamer all the time. And they do prefer an ironing board. It's just more standard than a steamer. But what I was telling you guys about was this. Look, think about who's your guest, who comes to your house. And this is more for experienced guests, that hosts that have been doing this for a little while. You will know that you're going to get families with kids. So I have a basket with books. I actually just got something new which is, let me see if I have it here. It's a coloring book about New York. And it was really inexpensive. It was like $4. And I bought crayons for my guests. And this is a coloring book that if the family has a kid, they could take with them. But it's all about New York. It was like $4 on Amazon. And it was really kind of cool. And I gave it to one of the kids, and it was like, oh, yay, I was so excited. But I get a lot of families. So I have a high chair, I have a stroller, that someone was getting rid of, and I just picked it up. I have some toys, I have some books, things that are out there on sale. So now that's a basket that I keep for people that are coming with kids. Now for people that are coming with business, I make sure that I have enough plugs and extensions. I have additional, because I'm a Mac girl, I have plugs for Mac computers, adapters, and extra phone chargers. So just in case they need that. And actually, I just had a guest who needed it, and she was so happy. I don't supply for various phones and tablets. I supply for Mac. If it gets leave something behind, I will leave it there. And they tend to be very early. So yeah. There's still 9% fees. It's still 9. Did you? Okay. Any other question, guys? I know someone had questions on my side. Now, so next month, I want to talk to you guys a little bit about this. Next month, I am thinking about doing a class on tips to get yourself booked, to get more eyes on your listing beyond Airbnb. And then I'm going to be giving a class, a private class on one of those tips, which is how to create a Facebook page for your listing. And eventually I'm going to create a class on how to create a site for your listing. I have both. I get inquiries through them. For the most part, they tend to be last minute inquiries, so I'm usually booked for those. But it's about you getting beyond Airbnb, being on other sites, having a presence on Google. So, just for you to be mindful of what's coming in the future. I'm going to be doing some changes to the site and things like that. All right. All right. So do we have any more questions beyond the host? You guys are having a big discussion about the percentage that we get charged. Louis, yes. All right. So any questions? I'm trying to go through. Yeah, I don't provide condoms. That I don't know how I will feel about putting condoms in the bathroom. Okay. Any other questions? Marie and Louis is. I think Marie, depends on how much is it, how much what the reservation is, the cost, the total. Any other questions, guys? This is gonna be quick, a half an hour. That's it. All right. So today's. Eric, questions? Instagram, how to best use to drive business to my listing. That is going to be on a whole social media class that I'm giving next month. I'll be trying to you all post your listing. Will you be having any internet? Because it's not about just pausing your listing, but it's about you want to be able to be reached, and it's also for future hosts. I don't pause my listing. I never do. I actually, whenever when I travel, I have someone in the house, and they take care of any issues that happen, because something always happens when I'm away. And I'm always in communication. I always have internet wherever I am at, because internet is easy to have. Okay. Carol, we talked about towels, and that was threshold. And I spoke about threshold and about Target having a sale. Eric, yes, I do a 2-night minimum. During the summertime, Eric is asking about 2 or 4 night minimums. What I do is, my normal is a 2-day minimum. During the summer, you know that on Airbnb, on your calendar, you could change your settings and you could have different things asked. So what you do is, I do a 4-day minimum through the summer. Whenever a month it's almost booked up, but I have a couple of empty spots, I go down to a 2-day minimum. Okay. So yes, I play with it. For December, I have it like a 5-night minimum, because I don't want someone just booking 2 nights and messing up my Christmas or any of those holidays. All right. To give them a refund for an issue, how much will you follow it up? If you send a guest an alteration request to give them a refund for an issue, how much? I will follow it up until it's resolved. So if you send a guest an alteration request to give them a but all you have to do is give them a refund, and that's it. I mean, and all Airbnb does is give. Or do you mean charging them a fee? Marie, I don't use Instagram, but I do know of different people that have used Instagram very successfully with their Airbnbs and everything else. What you have to remember is you have to have a marketing idea. It's not just you putting pictures of your place, but you have to have content, editorial ideas of what you're going to be posting, and to follow up with that. And now, something that I do also is, because I have a Facebook page for my listing, is within my first communication to my guests is I tell them as a PS, it's like, hey, go and, this a Facebook page if you want to go like it, and I give them the link to that. So I do engage my guests into my social media. All right. Costco loft towels are awesome. I have used Costco for a few things. I'm not crazy about it. It's just, they just did not. Yeah, we all like what we like. Is it possible to place Google tracking code on my Airbnb listing to measure my paid search traffic? Nils, I doubt it, because you don't have access to the code. So how can you place the Google tracking on it? Google tracking basically is a code that tells Google. So are you doing advertising straight to your Airbnb listing? Because what I will do, Nils, is actually will create a landing page for just your listing, send them there, give the information there, but you could still send them booking towards Airbnb if that's what you want. So you could have not just Google tracking for it, but also tracking any Facebook pixel tracking, and do anything for your any advertising in the future. You could do tracking of it. Okay. What about you vetting your people? I tend to accept most of them. I have turned down a couple just because I feel that my house is not appropriate for them. I had a group last year who were like, oh, we're a group of Harvard college kids that are coming to New York. And I was like, yeah, no. And they kept coming back, and I was like, look, I live in the house. And that totally stopped them from coming in, because I know they were going to come and party. And I live in a family-friendly neighborhood. I don't live in Williamsburg, which is party central, or in the city. So, yeah. Yeah, Christina, I'm going to be teaching a class for a Facebook page, and I'm going to do a little early bird pricing, because it's going to be a paid class. It's going to be a small private class where we're going to be talking. I'm going to walk you on how to do it, and give you a bunch of different things on how, from graphics and things like that. Okay. I don't watch I expect and watch it about every 3 guests. Myrna is asking, never accepted discount. I mean, they checked out and never accepted discount. I will say, let it go. Yeah, if they checked out and never accepted the discount, so I would say let it go. My listing when I had back surgery, yes, you can use Hootsuite. They all use the yes, you could use Hootsuite. You could have different things. You could also put on Facebook. You could put on post and bring them up later on. So yeah, there's different things that you could do in reference to social media. Yeah, I don't wash my duvet cover after each guest. Only if I wash it if there's a scent with this body odor, or they have a strong perfume. If they don't use, I have a sheet between the body of the guest and the duvet cover. But if the sheet gets removed, I wash it. And also about every 3 guests, I replace it. And also, let's say if I have a guest that stay for 10 days, that's a long time. So I do wash it. Or if it's summer, things like that. Okay. Instant book. Okay, Eric. Where's Eric's question? Wait, I lost Eric's question. Eric, where are you? Eric, what are your thoughts of instant book? Instant book. I do it. I have one of my listings is on instant book. The other one is not. I might do it just because it brings you up an algorithm. I haven't had a problem with instant book guests. Remember that you get 3 cancellations, penalty free, so you could still cancel if you have instant booking. All right, if you have any issues. But if you have instant booking and you have multiple sites, you got to make sure your calendar is up to date. All right, you got to make sure that you're okay. You could set up certain criteria on instant book so you don't have to accept everybody. You could do instant book that is coming in the future, not that they arrive in the same day. So that, yes, I do it. I'm not crazy about it. And the one place I don't do it at is the place that shares with me, just because I want to have a communication with the guest before it. Sending traffic from, exactly. Look, if you're sending traffic from AdWords or any Facebook, look, I think, Nils, where is your listing? And it is a full bag of fun. Is your inbox, can you tell the guest your Facebook page name, or is it hidden? In your inbox, it's hidden. It's only provided once they book. So on one side, yes. I sent at Eric. On the flip side, things I've gotten some characters this month, views this month. I just checked my other listing, gets less than 400 views per month. So in price, same in amenities. Wow. Yeah, Louis is, it's a big. Louis, tell us a little bit about how you work the algorithm. I spray stage 11 classes over the room after each guest. That's a great thing, honey. Or is the book is a Russian roulette? Yeah, it depends. Actually, Christina, he did a webinar with us last year on a Monday, turn on Instant Book. Yes, do you have a way to auto respond your Airbnb inquiries? I have saved messages on my, part of my messages on Airbnb. So I do auto respond like that, but I do try to personalize them a little bit, okay? To stay in your home. I normally ask them what my listings on Airbnb that come and send traffic directly from Google to my proper listing. Yeah, I don't do that. I won't do that, just because Airbnb, they're going to see other listings as well in this competition, and I want to be able to get that traffic. I want to track who's coming to my listing and what word, because by you sending them directly to Airbnb, you don't have any of the back information. All right. So Judith asked me, what are some of the questions that I ask my guests that stay in my home? Reason for staying, who's in the party. It depends on who they are, but I tend to get a lot of guests that are families. So I will ask them how many people are coming, age groups, things like that. Is it the first time in New York? If they come up with just the one sentence, I still give them. So yeah. All right. At least one image boost. Also get Airbnb Pro photos. Yes, that's a big thing. Also, another thing for you to be on algorithm is check your calendar every single day. Google likes to be, Airbnb likes for you to go in and play with your listing every day. People that are like, oh, I haven't had a booking in a while or anything like that. And also, guys, something that's happening with Airbnb, and it's happening more often than we like, is that you might not be getting all of your inquiries. You might not be getting notices. You might not be getting your texts. You might not be getting emails. I know of hosts that are like, oh my God, I went to my Airbnb account and I had like 5 messages. So I go in every single day and just play with it. I go in and play with them, my pricing and things like that, because I know that Airbnb likes that. I made sure they're okay with my house rules. Yeah, started having them saying yes there before sending an inquiry reservation. Yes, they do that. I asked if they have a car because my town is tricky with time. Exactly. So you have to ask questions that pertain to you. And once they book, I then have a list of things. I have a template that I send to every guest of information, including my address one more time, because sometimes on the invoice, people don't see it and it's hard to see. So I give them the address, I give them car service information, I give them train information, a list of links that I have. And the interesting part is that guests staying at other places, they have asked me if I have information for all those other towns. Look, you know your town. So this is really a great tip for you to give value to your guests and for them to love you. Is I have a link for Time Out magazine, things to do in New York. So, and I just wrote a template, give them links, and I don't update them. They just go in and it's links for them. Other Airbnbs, we have a small market and listings are removed from the search results, so I cannot tell who is booking and at what price. I don't do market analysis of other Airbnbs in my market because there's so many of them. But I do go in on occasions and see my competition. Look, I'm in New York. Just in my neighborhood alone, we have 1,000. 1,000 hosts just in my neighborhood. New York has about 30,000 hosts, I believe it is, or 30,000, excuse me, listings. There is a site, AirDNA. Let me look for it, you guys. .co, and it gives you Airbnb data, which is really kind of cool. Let me give you this info. It's let me pin it for a minute. Oh, it's not giving me that. So airdna.com, it gives you data on, and let me just share the page with you guys. This Scott, he built this really kind of cool site where you could get information. All right, and look, this is an non-affiliate. I'm not getting anything from Scott or anything like that, but this is a really cool site. Look, I put search your city, so I put my code here, and you see I've been here before, and it just tells them, it gives you data on your, not just your Airbnb, but look at the competition. Come on, guys, look at all those dots, all of those dots, and are Airbnbs. So the blue dots are private rooms, the red dots are entire places, and the green dots are shared. This is just the Brooklyn area. Okay, this is not even have New York. So, you know, for me to be searching my data, this is, I mean, it's just, the competition is humongous. All right. More questions. Yeah, this is a great, actually, this is a great little website. It gives you the population, total homes. He sells a report, a market report. I haven't bought it. So this is Airbnb revenue for April, property amenities, what people are offering and what's included. I do think that there is a mistake here because I have more numbers of reviews than some of the stuff that he has here. I think this is me. Yeah, this is me. I'm number 10 with 214 reviews. That's me. Yep. So I'm there. I'm part of the top 10. Okay. So there's different, you know, zip codes and different reports that he gives. This is not, I am not promoting him. I'm just giving you, you know,